Hello, and welcome to the live version of Historically Drinking. This Sunday, 2 days from now, the 19th of July, is National Daiquiri Day. In honor of that very important holiday, we're going to make a daiquiri. So I thought what we'd do is actually go through all the steps of making this from scratch. We'll make the simple syrup, we'll squeeze the lime, we're going to do this daiquiri up right. Okay? So first, we have the simple syrup. I have here 1 cup of water and 1 cup of sugar. I'm going to pour the sugar in with the water. I have this nice tight lid to go on it. And now I'm just going to shake this until all of the sugar is dissolved. The water is cold, so when this is done, it'll be all ready to pour into the drink. You can also do this by cooking it. So same amounts, equal parts sugar and water, and then you just bring it to a simmer on the stove while you're stirring it, and then it'll be done. So the daiquiri is a drink with really infinite possibilities. What we're making is the most basic and the original form of the daiquiri, but you can change it by using a different rum, layering different rums, even subbing out a different spirit, changing the simple syrup for a flavored simple syrup, changing the lime juice for lemon juice. You can experiment with this in a gazillion different ways. Really, this recipe is the same template that you would use to make a margarita, like a Tommy's margarita, except it'd be tequila, lemon juice, and agave syrup. You can put whiskey, lemon juice, and simple syrup, and then you have a simple whiskey sour. So this basic recipe is a great one to have on hand to make all kinds of drinks with. But what we're talking about today is the daiquiri. Okay, I'm going to let that settle for a moment while I juice our lime, All right, nice fresh limes from the grocery store. So lime juice really tastes way different when you first juice it than it does if you let it sit for a couple of days. I love using mine fresh. So the daiquiri was invented in Cuba by a guy named Jennings Cox, who was a mining engineer. Him and his team of men needed some refreshment. And what was there plenty of in Cuba? Well, there was plenty of rum, there's plenty of sugar, lots of sugarcane plantations, and plenty of limes. So this was kind of a gimme. In fact, it was probably made in very similar forms before Jennings Cox made it official. The name daiquiri came from the town that was right next to where they were working. Okay, so I've got my fresh lime juice. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm going to pour a 1/2 ounce of this in. You'll find debates about whether it should be a 1/2 ounce or 3/4 ounce. If I'm being really persnickety, I'll go in either direction depending what rum I'm using, blah, 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 blah. But for the sake of ease and just knowing how to make a basic daiquiri, I think the best measurement to start with is this one. Okay, now I've got the simple syrup. So I'm going to pour a 1/2 ounce of the simple syrup in. All right, and then for our rum. So this is Banks 5. This is a blend of 5 rums from 5 different islands. It has a ton of flavor, nice complexity. So if you're only going to use 1 white rum for a drink like this is a fantastic one to use. Okay, I'm putting 2 ounces of the Banks in here. All right. And, oh my gosh, I forgot my ice. I literally forget something every single video. Okay, I will be right back with the ice. Sit tight, Daiquiri Dreams. Ice. Okay. So I'm gonna pour plenty of ice in this shaker tin. All right, I'm gonna shake this up real well. Okay, now the reason that I know that I should stop shaking it right now is because I've heard the ice start to break up inside of it, and the outside of the tin is good and frosty. So I know it's cold. I don't want the ice to break up too much because it'll make it watery, and I certainly do not want my daiquiri to be watery. All right. Ooh, that's looking good. Now we need a garnish before this is ready to drink. So I'm gonna peel some lime. Now, the bartender who really made the daiquiri a famous drink and made a gazillion iterations of it was a man called Constantino Ribilegua Vert. And he worked at and owned the La Floridita, which is a very, very famous bar in Cuba. He was the one who got Hemingway drinking the daiquiri, interestingly. Okay, so I have this lime, and there's a really cool thing that I like to, a cool way that I like to trim the limes before I put them on as a garnish. I'm going to show you what that is. So I'm just cutting both sides straight on the lime, and then both ends. So we have a nice, neat lime rectangle. Now I'm going to cut a slit right down the middle. Okay. See that? So I just took the knife, just cut it right down the middle. Now, I'm going to slide this over the rim of the glass. And there we are. See that? So you want to, if you put a lime on a glass like this and you put it skin side up, then while you're drinking the cocktail, you will smell all the delicious lime oils that are on that skin while you're drinking it, and it'll really add to your imbibing experience. So let's taste it. Let's see how it is. That is a damn good drink. I'll tell you what, it is hot in here, and this is going to go down fast. Wow. So the daiquiri really gained a ton of popularity after Prohibition, and that's when we really started to see like the frozen daiquiris that we get today, and kind of a bastardization of the original recipe that led to some questionable daiquiris. They're daiquiris instead of daiquiris. But this recipe, since the advent of all the crazy awesome cocktail bars, has once again become popular. Very, very popular with cocktail making bartenders. This was also a favorite of President John F. Kennedy and was famously served at the White House. Jackie Kennedy brought her daiquiri recipe and taped it in the kitchen so that everybody would know how to make John's daiquiris, which is pretty cool, right? All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today. I do appreciate tips on Venmo. My name is You'll see it there in the comments for how to use it to get to my Venmo. I'm also on YouTube under Historically Drinking. I really appreciate y'all's support because each time I do one of these videos, I get a bunch more subscribers, and I know it's like my near and dear friends watching, and it really means a lot that you're helping me out. So, oh, hello everybody. Hi, Jennifer. Oh my gosh. And Tara and Daniel. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope to see you again next week. Cheers.